question this evening is to former Governor of Anambra State, Peter Obi, and the question is straightforward. With the uncoordinated security network among the security agencies today, and the lack of proper coordination between the office of the president and the vice president, do you, as presidential candidate of Labour Party, believe that the office of the president and vice president is one and same or not? Thank you.
Okay. Well, it's a town hall meeting. Mr. Peter Obi, I see that you want to take that first. Mr. Peter Obi, candidate of the Labour Party.
The office of the president and the office of the vice president is not the same. There's a commander-in-chief. The button stops at somebody's desk. He can, of course, delegate that power. That is why when the president travels, we talk about transition. The vice president cannot is not commander-in-chief. In terms of coordination, they should work as a family. They should work together. But as president and commander-in-chief, the decision and the buck stops on my desk. I'll be responsible to Nigerians. Thanking my vice president.
Quiet in the hall, please.
Thanking my vice president will be working very closely with me. That even the constitution have areas where he delegated the vice president to head. It didn't say he's commander-in-chief. So I'm in charge. And I will not...
Please, no noise from the hall.
But that notwithstanding, everybody in government, like the Governor has said, has to work as a family. A family doesn't mean that you don't have a head. A family... Thank you. Like you, I've been able to go around or off-source, met some of those criminals as well. And based on that, I've always said consistently that the more you pull people out of poverty, the more you reduce the criminality that is in the country. And I've always argued that they are doing what they are doing because they could see the poverty in the country. In a country where those people are in government, are richer than entrepreneurs, you manufacture poverty. But if they stop me and ask me, like you said, what will I do? I'll tell them, well, as a governor, I served a state for 8 years, and you can go to that state and see not one day did I ever borrow from any financial institution in Nigeria. And that I was not in any position or have never been invited by anybody to question about their missing money. The day I left office, I wasn't owing any contractor that have delivered this project. I wasn't owing any supplier that have delivered. I was not owing pension, gratuity, salary, or anybody. And I can say that in 3 banks in Nigeria, Access Bank, Fidelity Bank, and Diamond Bank, I left in each $50 million, over 10 billion naira for the states. So if they meet me, I'll be able to account for myself and say, I've never borrowed, I've served faithfully, and I left their money. So I'm like them. I'm as angry as they are. Now we must be able to chase out those who, where they've passed, nobody can account of what they were given. That is what we want to do. Thank you.
Next, Governor.
Thank you. Like you, I've been able to go around or off-source, met some of those criminals as well. And based on that, I've always said consistently that the more you pull people out of poverty, the more you reduce the criminality that is in the country. And I've always argued that they are doing what they are doing because they could see the poverty in the country. In a country where those people are in government are richer than entrepreneurs, you manufacture poverty. But if they stop me and ask me, like you said, what will I do? I'll tell them, well, as a governor, I served a state for 8 years, and you can go to that state and see not one day did I ever borrow from any financial institution in Nigeria. And that I was not in any position or have never been invited by anybody to question about their missing money. The day I left office, I wasn't owing any contractor that have delivered this project. I wasn't owing any supplier that have delivered. I was not owing pension, gratuity, salary, or anybody. And I can say that in 3 banks in Nigeria, Access Bank, Fidelity Bank, and Diamond Bank, I left in each $50 million, over 10 billion naira for the states. So if they meet me, I'll be able to account for myself and say, I've never borrowed, I've served faithfully, and I left their money. So I'm like them. I'm as angry as they are. Now we must be able to chase out those who, where they've passed, nobody can account of what they were given. That is what we want to do. Thank you.
Next, Governor.
That is in the country. And I've always argued that they are doing what they are doing because they could see the poverty in the country. In a country where those people are in government are richer than entrepreneurs who manufacture poverty. But if they stop me and ask me, like you said, what will I tell them? I'll tell them, well, as a governor, I served a state for 8 years, and you can go to that state and see not one day did I ever borrow from any financial institution in Nigeria. And that I was not in any position or have never been invited by anybody to question about their missing money. The day I left office, I wasn't owing any contractor that have delivered this project. I wasn't owing any supplier that have delivered. I was not owing pension, gratuity, salary, or anybody. And I can say that in 3 banks in Nigeria, Access Bank, Fidelity Bank, and Diamond Bank, I left in each $50 million, over 10 billion for the state. So if they meet me, I'll be able to account for myself and say, I've never borrowed, I've served faithfully, and I left their money. So I'm like them. I'm as angry as they are. Now we must be able to chase out those who, where they've passed, nobody can account of what they were given. That is what we want to do. Thank you.
Next, Governor.
Action can be taken. Let's sit down first. Please, let's
We want presidential candidate. Presidential candidate. That's what we want. We want presidential candidate. Sit down. Whoever is no. We are Nigerians.
Following on the footsteps of the first speaker, my name is Mr. Peter Obi, born in Nigeria, educated in Christ the King College, University of Nigeria and Nsukka, and subsequently have had the privilege of having very extensive trainings overseas, from London School of Economics to Harvard Graduate School, to Kellogg, to Columbia, Oxford University, Cambridge, IMD in Switzerland. I'm a businessman, I'm a trader, very successful trader. We have managed corporations locally and established a successful business in United Kingdom that is of note today. I lived there for 10 years. From there, I chaired companies in Nigeria. I've served in about 8 quoted companies, different companies, out of which I chaired about 3 of them in Nigeria. Became a governor of my state, served for 8 years. I've had some remarkable things that happened in my transition into politics. I would say I was the first governor to be declared through the courts, because when I contested the election, somebody else was declared and I went to court and challenged it, and for 3 years I was declared. 6 months into being governor, I was impeached. I went to court again and challenged the rascality, and I became the second person to come back in this country as the governor from impeachment. And 5 months after that, my tenure again was terminated by an election that was not supposed to exist. And I went back to court and established the tenure of governor, which is what every governor would have disrupted a Nigerian election till date. Without me, the likes of Oshomole, Fayemi, Oriboshala, all these would be governors. It was my challenge of that rascality that made it possible for them to go to court afterwards. While as governor, I served as advisor to the president of Nigeria on finance. President Goodluck Jonathan was a member of his economic management team and was the chairman of SEC thereafter. Since after that, I've been involved. In 2019, I was vice presidential candidate to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Today, I'm contesting Labour. I believe that 2023 is a critical and a crucial year for Nigeria. The government that will be coming in will be faced with the undaunting task of bringing back Nigeria and repositioning it, because it breaks of so many daunting situations that requires immediate attention. My commitment is to ensure that will bring a government that will redirect, empower, and govern Nigeria in the way governance is expected all over the world. And that is my commitment. Our voters were taking votes away from the traditional parties who have structures, which is structure of incompetence, structure of bad leadership, structure of criminality, looting of Nigeria, and bringing us to a level where we become a failed state. So we are saying to Nigerians, especially the younger ones, come, let's take back Nigeria and take it with people you can trust. Election, what we are selling is trust. Of all these candidates, who will you trust that can manage this country and your resources well?
So at Arise TV town hall meeting today, where presidential candidates are invited, Peter Obi has schooled Dino Melaye. I think Peter Obi took time, calmly caught the wings of Dino Melaye. Imagine a senator who has served in Kogi State for like, I think two terms, does not even know that the office of the president and the vice president are not the same, because his candidate Atiku Abubakar did not come. He sent his vice Okowa, and people that were present for the debate said, no, we don't want a vice presidential candidate, we want presidential candidate. So Peter Obi took time to school Dino Melaye. even in his level, he doesn't know that the office of the president and the vice president is not the same. So Peter Obi told him, yes, we can work as a family, but there was always a head. So Dino Melaye, some people can be saying that he should now go and bury his head in shame. He has been schooled. I believe he will get more information. Peter Obi will school him more. It's not just him coming to his page and dropping trash against Peter Obi. He just embarrassed himself. So in this video as well, Peter Obi also revealed that he was the first governor in Nigeria to win a court case, and because of that victory at the I believe at the High Court or Supreme Court, that was why Arabeshala was able to win his own court case. Oshimole was able to win his own court case. Fayemi, was also able to win his own court case. If not, these people wouldn't have won in the court, because Peter Obi's case inspired them. Peter Obi will always lead for others to follow. That is what we are telling Nigerians. Leadership by example. You can only see that in Peter Obi. Now in the town hall meeting today, that's what Ruben Abati wants us to be. That is a town hall meeting. It's not a debate. Okowa was talking about pipeline surveillance on Arise TV. Rinu Odwala said he has not been able to do the same in his own Delta state. A 4-kilometer pipeline was used to steal oil that has been in Delta for 9 good years, and that is Okowa's state. What did he do about it? Nothing. Basically nothing. But he came for debate. So Peter Obi have proven that he is the right man for the job. But today we discovered that Ruben Abati is really biased and maybe confused. I don't know, he worked under former President Goodluck Jonathan as media and publicity. He must be also be interested in PDP. Of course, he must be interested in any political appointment. We may not even be surprised. He is still interested in political appointments. So how will he be saying that Peter Obi does not know the people that have voted? That are the obedience. He doesn't know them. Peter Obi said he is not contesting. He doesn't want people to vote him according to his tribe. They should vote for him as a Nigerian. So I think Ruben Abati is biased. Dino today, in fact, the usual infant adult we know him to be. He did not fail to show us that he is a hilarious man and behavior. Seriously. But I tell you, next year will be hot. We are going to see a real political revolution in the Nigerian government. But today, people are still commenting on what Ruben Abati did. He told the people that they are expecting Atiku Abubakar to join the town hall meeting, while Governor Okowa confirmed that they obtained Arise TV's approval for him to fully represent Atiku. So who should we believe now? Ruben Abati is biased. Seriously, he should not even be allowed to anchor the town hall meeting again. He has shown his bias for Peter Obi so far. He should be neutral as an interviewer, but he wasn't. So Ruben Abati should not be allowed anywhere near, and he should not even anchor again. That is my take for today.
you.